Hey guys, so as promised, I am doing a video of me making the candles. I'm going to be doing a hazelnut cappuccino one today, so yeah, let's jump right into it. So I did, the wax burner, or the wax melter that I have, is actually a leg wax melter. So what I've been doing is doing like a double boiler. I put my wax and my coconut oil in here, and I put it into some water inside this pot. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now I have my paraffin here. I've got 1 pound of paraffin. Actually, it says I don't know. But I've got my 1 pound of paraffin, and I don't really measure my paraffin out, or my wax out. I just do it with my heart, I guess. I don't really know. And because this is such a big chunk, I'm going to chop it up just a little bit, so that it'll melt more, like, evenly, I suppose. So I think this will probably be enough for about 1 8-ounce candle. So I'm just going to put my paraffin into my bowl, and then I'm going to put my coconut oil. Okay, so I'm actually almost out of coconut oil, but I've got my coconut oil here, and I'm not going to put too much because we don't want it to like be too balmy, but we want it to have a good consistency. And I have just enough coconut oil for 1 candle, so that's great. So I've got my wax and my coconut oil in the double boiler, and I'm going to let it melt, and stay tuned for when it's melted. Okay, so I have my candle wax melted into, well, I've melted it in the double boiler. I have it in here cooling down or just maintaining a temperature. And once, like, I'm going to go ahead and put my coloring in, and I'm going to do, ooh, it's leaking. I'm going to do brown for the coffee candle. So let's go. And I like to start and put the coloring in at the same time so that the color doesn't clump up, because this oil-based coloring likes to clump up a lot. And once this solidifies, it won't be as dark. So I'm probably going to, like right now it's pretty dark, but I'm probably going to add a little black just to make sure that it maintains that dark color. This is the color at the moment. But to make sure that it maintains this color, because you see, once I pull it up like this, it's not very colorful, so I'm going to add a little black to maintain the dark color. So I have my black, and I'm just going to slowly drop it in there. Because I don't want it to be too dark, but I definitely want it to have a nice dark pigment. So now I'll show you guys what it looks like now. It's not too much darker from what it was earlier, but as you can see when I pull it up like this, now I know it's going to maintain that darker color once it solidifies. So now that it has cooled down a lot, I'm going to go ahead and add the fragrance oil. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So I have my cappuccino hazelnut here, and I'm just going to go ahead and first I like to start out with filling the cap full of the fragrance and pouring it in there slowly and then mixing it. And then after that, like, I'll do that a couple times until I feel satisfied with the way that it smells. So let's get to it. Okay, so because I don't have anything sticky to go at the bottom of my wick and hold it in place, I like to pour the wax into the bottom of the jar and stick it like that. Now because it's hot, I'm holding it with a rag because it is very hot. Now that's just going to stick my wick, and then once the wick has settled and the wax is solidified at the bottom, I will pour the rest of my candle. So let's go. Okay, so this is ready for me to pour the rest of the wax in, so let's go ahead, get going with that, and yeah, then we've got a candle, but we got to let it dry too. So because I have nothing, like none of the little metal things to hold the wick in place, I actually cut a piece of the box out, cut a hole through the middle, and I like to just stick it on there. And this one's, the jar is a little tall for the wick, but thankfully it holds it just perfectly. And then I'll tilt the sides down. I can move this out of the way. I tilt the sides down so it kind of grabs onto the jar, and then I let it cool. So yeah, that's really all there is to it. I will show y'all what it looks like when it is done cooling. So yeah. Okay, so the candle is dry. It did fall in the middle just a little bit, but it's not too bad. So this is the candle, and it's still pretty warm, so I do want to be careful with it, because even though it looks dry and it looks, you know, like it's fully solidified, because it's still pretty warm, I definitely want to be careful with it. So that's the candle. Smells amazing. It smells exactly what it was supposed to. I'm going to get this wax off, probably with a butter knife or something. But yeah, so there's an 8-ounce candle. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helped you with making a candle as well. So yeah, if y'all want any more tips or tricks, or if y'all have any tips or tricks for me, let me know in the comments. And if you would like a candle, hit me up. So y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye.